If you guys are anything like me, VR and FPV do not work well with my brain. Too much for too long and I get a right bit pukey. This is a walk snail FPV setup. Got a sweet HD camera that can hook up to a gimbal which has head tracking. Pukey. As you know on the channel, I'm always about stepping outside of my comfort zone. And what better way to do that than to plug it into a 40-mile-an-hour RC car? Extra pukey. Yeah! Not only are we gonna do a setup here, but we're going to do two. I'm going to be employing the assistance of my youngest minion, who is a VR whiz and can live in those worlds for hours. So we're gonna set these things up and go have some stupid fun. So the goggles and the gimbals are the same. The cameras are different though. This was sent to me mid last year. I just didn't have a chance to get the video done. And it's a little bit older tech. Now it has a built-in 32 gig storage device and can record at 1080p at 60 frames a second or 720 at 100 frames a second. Now this is the upgraded latest version. It pretty much has all the same features except now you can record in 4K. And it doesn't have the same 32 gig onboard storage. You do have to supply your own SD card. Pull tabby. Aluminum housing, that is class. Very cool, very tech. Has some cables and mounting screws. Quick start guide. Whoa, and the gimbal-y thing, this looks really neat. Feels very sensitive, very sensitive. Come on. Ooh, fancy. XT60 power adapter. Little bag and a binding process / quick start guide. Now I'm not going to record the entire setup process of this thing, but I will let you know if it's easy or hard now.
8 hours later.
They're done. Sort of. I've got to still update all of the firmware for both the headset and the VTX.
In the business, we call this foreshadowing.
But I have a lot to say. Here goes. Say for the first hour and a half, I just tried to figure out how the thing all went together. These quick start things, just chuck them out, they're useless. The setup video from their website, also pretty terrible. And with some basic electronic skills that I have, I was able to solder on a PowerPoint because there was no connector. This version didn't come with one, and I decided to make them both standalone. Now you can, however, tie them in through your receiver and power them via BEC. I did go ahead and 3D print the base with my crappy 3D printer. If you don't have a 3D printer, it will be challenging to mount these. Now the STL file was easy enough to find on the website and it printed okay. You'll notice I mounted some fans to these. The VTX, or the video transmitter, it gets hot. And it says in the instruction manual that it does get hot. It just doesn't tell you how hot. When I first got the power going on this thing without the fan, I had it just sitting here on the table. And after about 2 minutes, I decided to grab it like that. That was a bad choice. I mean, I iced them up, but it burnt me. It physically burnt me. That's hot, like screaming hot. Even with the fan on, it's possible it could melt the PLA base. If you aren't tech savvy, these will be problematic for you. And the menu system inside of this thing is extremely comprehensive. If you don't know what you're looking for, you'll get lost in it very quickly. It's nice that you have options, but too many options for a dumb guy like me is just bad. And a time sync. They're sensitive. I don't know how well they're gonna hold up in the cars. Now I will admit, this is the first time I did it, and the first camera was hard to put together, the second one was a lot easier. And I'm sure some of you out there would be like, this is a piece of cake, but the first time probably wasn't the easiest for you either. But these are advanced. They are for an advanced RC enthusiast. Just keep that in your mind when you're thinking about buying one. Enough complaining, it's time to extract some bros and then go for a rip. There's only 6 screws and I'm able to take out that cockpit Lexan. So besides these things looking really cool, the reason why I chose these is because they have like a big protected cockpit. Not to mention they're also a very capable, amazing RC car. Now I gotta figure out how I wanna mount this. I may keep this bro, but I think he's gonna have to go. I'll miss you, bro. That is fantastic. Bro. Looks tasty. Less is more with this stuff because it expands, right? But it sticks to anything it touches, like poop in a blanket. So I let this cure overnight and now I'm gonna cut the shape out that I want and then cut off the the rest. Oopsie doopsie. Little goes a long way. I got some of this 8-inch EPDM that I had from a construction job. So I carved out the foam and I glued it in for a little bed. Now because the tray's got holes in the bottom for airflow, I made a little notch in there so air can hopefully travel through and up to the underside. This was a lot of work. But it's good because it got me thinkulating because grade 10's way harder than grade 9. It is secured really well, but there is a bit of flexibility to stop vibration. And the way I cut everything out, that gimbal still has its dampening, so that's good. My only concern now is heat inside the cabin. I really want to keep the windows closed because I don't know how well it's going to do with dust. Probably totally overthinking this. Sometimes that's part of the hobby.
346 minutes later.
So I mounted an extraction fan in the back to pull out the heat. And I mounted the connector so I can plug in a 3S battery underneath. Now for the air intake, I actually made that roof scoop functional. So I cut out the front plastic and then put in a piece of wire mesh. Then I cut a round hole in the back of the intake because that's where the most pressure will build up. Hot glued in some metal screen, like we're gonna get dust in there anyway, but at least this will keep out the chunks. Then I used my little turbo fan to test it out, and it works. It actually works. So this one is kind of done. I just need to close it up and we're good to go. But these guys are a little bit plain and there's not much to look at in here, so we're gonna spruce that up. And then I get to do all of this again with this one. This is so much work. It better be fun. Well, after 5 long days of trying to get everything sorted and all of the bugs finally worked out, we're done and we're ready to go. But this was not the land of milk and honey, let me tell you. I got everything working great until it wasn't, which was the firmware updates. Version 39.44.18 is the latest firmware, which broke the head tracking completely. In a software firmware world, you think, oh, no problem, we'll just roll it back to the latest stable version. Well, guess what? You can't. I was banging my head against the wall so hard, I couldn't understand why it was broken. And on top of it all, trying to get the actual firmware to roll it back to wasn't even available on their website. For the HD VTX and headset, I only had to go back about 4 updates to get it to work again. The Moonlight VTX, however, I had to take that one back to the update that was released in August 2025. How did I know that I had to take it back that far? Because I systematically installed every single retroactive update until one worked, and that was the one that worked. I found a couple of really obscure YouTube videos that showed how to spoof the software to fake it to think it's actually upgrading when it's actually downgrading. You should not have to do that. I didn't record any of that working because it was just, I didn't know when it was gonna end until I finally got it going again. There is $1,500+ worth of camera equipment in these 2 cars. You should not have to figure out a software workaround to make it work. It should work out of the box. Again, some have the plug and play, but I honestly don't think you should update any of the firmware. There are 3 different software suites required for this, where you have to go into your device manager to figure out which COM port you're attached to on your computer to even update the thing. Like, it is not friendly, man, not user-friendly at all. On top of that, if for whatever reason you're trying to do an upgrade and it overheats or the power is lost, it will brick the unit. You have to throw it in the garbage. It even says so in the instruction manual. How is that user-friendly? How is that good value for your money? Just saying. The reality was, this was an awful experience. Awful.
Tell us how you really feel.
You know what? I'll tell you how I really feel.
And I'm sure Caddx will never send me anything ever again. And that's okay. Fix your shit. Okay, I'm done whining. I'm sorry, I'm done. Let's talk about the cars for a second. So I set them up stock again, so they are rally spec, lots of soft suspension. This ram air intake though, I could not get it to work the same way. It just doesn't function the same. I had to cut 2 little holes, but I put some screen on there. Hopefully that'll stop the big stuff from going in. I'm a bit anxious though, because apparently dust can foul these up fast. I made little mounts too in order to hold the 3S pack to power the VTX separate. And then lots of servo wires. I had to run wiring kind of all over the place to make everything work. One of the little things I added, which I didn't show, were servers to the co-pilot's heads. I've never done that before, and I've always wanted to. Yes! This way, the co-pilot's watching where you're going too. So I've charged up a whole ton of batteries, and we're gonna find a nice big open lot and go send it. Well, we have a beautiful day, a nice big open parking lot. Some things to crash into, but we'll be careful. Cars are getting set up as we speak. And accompanying me today is Mad Max. Say hi.
Hi. It's really hot out.
It is really hot out. And you do have way more VR experience than me, so hopefully you can last longer than me and we don't puke.
Yeah.
Okay, it's hot, and I think we're ready to go. Okay, you ready for the vomit comet?
Yeah.
Cool. Here we are. I see you over there. Can you see me? Sorta. I see your little head moving around.
I see you.
Do a mirror check. Mirror check. Still have your mirrors? Check on your bro. Is your bro ready to go?
He refuses to look at me.
Your left and right. There we go. He's ready to go.
It's like me though.
Okay. Here we go. Let's do some driving. Oh, I see you. Go. Go. Shiver. Whoa. Oh man, that's very pukey. Oh.
Camera's round.
Did you, how's the camera?
It's good.
I
Like to see.
you hit something?
Yeah.
I'm trying to track you. Careful, don't hit us. Oof. This is really hard. I see ya. I see ya.
If you're not playing Microsoft Flight Simulator, that's even more hard.
I'm really worried you're gonna hit us.
Ooh.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
You want this way? You want this way? You want this way?
Oh,
You want this way? You want this way?
oh! That was a bad one. Okay, let's drive straight a little bit here and see if we can figure out our lives. It's so weird because you can't hear it when the car's far away.
I'm back.
Oh, it's hard to tell. Without that momentum, it's hard to tell how fast we're actually going. Oh, 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 oh!
I heard that.
You okay, bro? Yeah, I'm okay. Where are you?
In front. What are you?
Okay. Drive half speed and I'll follow you, okay? I don't know. You just go and I'll follow you. Oh, man. Uh-oh, we're on the wrong side of the road now. That's okay. It's okay. Ugh.
You didn't see it.
Whoa! Whoa! That was a bad one. Oof.
Oh, my bro. My bro.
What happened to your bro?
His head fell off.
No!
He got decapitated.
Oh no! Uh-oh. I crashed. I crashed.
It's okay, bro. You gotta take him back to the ER.
I think my camera died. Something broke. I can't see anything. Ah!
My bro.
Oh, bro's head fell off. Oh no! And aw,
For the sacrifice.
flower for bro. The gimbal apparently has stopped working. The camera's still working and the VTX is cooled down, but I can't control the camera at all. Yeah, we did have some bad crashes, but pretty short-lived. Sensitive units, man. Driving these things with the camera is hard. Without the camera, it's actually really awesome to drive. Doing that with a camera on your head, pretty tricky. Not to mention lot pukey. But these cars are awesome, they handle great. And then with bro's head flopping around in there, I think it got wedged in the camera and it popped off the gimbal. It's not broken though, it just seemed to pop off the rubber mounts. That was a whole lot of work for not a lot of play, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, well, I've ripped them apart and I've got some good news. I thought the gimbal had died on this and maybe it was an overheating issue. No, it just came unplugged. I didn't put enough slack in the excess wiring when it was bouncing around. It just came undone. And as sad as it is with bro losing his head, the camera and the gimbal just came off the rubber mounts. Most likely due to a couple very serious impacts. But anyways, easy fixes and back in action. But having them all sealed up is a lot of work. You want to make sure wherever you mount this thing, you can easily access it. Not to mention you'll have to access the VTX to download any of the videos or take out the SD card. They also don't record any audio, just video. So if you wanted onboard sound, you'd have to get an external microphone and then sync it up to the video. Even editing all of this together is going to be weird. Now you can still record from the headset, but you're not going to get the 4K picture. And one last note, these things are hella uncomfortable. Now I've got a big nose. Weird flex, I know. I ended up having to put a piece of foam on that bridge because it was super uncomfortable. I went back out to shoot and it was 33 degrees outside. I was already having problems with overheating, so I figured let's let the sun go down. We'll come in the evening, there'll be no cars around, and we'll try it again. This camera's called a Moonlight. It's actually supposed to have low light capabilities. I also set this up for street spec and decided to put a 6S back in. Because if we're gonna do something stupid, let's just do it in grand fashion. The setup, I swear, just to get one car going is intense. Giddy up! And that crash just knocked that cable loose again. Oh no. It took me probably 30 minutes to take that all apart, and I have no tools here. I'm getting really sad with myself, man. So as much as I liked my cable management, I just pulled everything apart to get as much slack as I could. But it's a fundamental link that's only so long to go to that power supply. So no matter what happens in a bad crash, it's still gonna try to yard on that. So I just duct taped it in. But we're not done for the night. We're heading back out right now. Okay, here we go again. And with that accident, I just knocked the camera completely off the hinges. And I noticed that my GoPro launched off the roof as well. I'm having a bad night. But I think we're done. Oh, there you are, bud. This also looks like a piece of car. Aw, poop. Oh, that's not good at all. Well, since everything's down, we might as well end off the night with some smoke. Ah, this car's sick. Oh! Oh, it's even worse now. Oh no, bro's head fell off. Oh, this is just great. One-handed, man, one-handed. This is a great car. Look at that plume of smoke. That is awesome. It's just like lingering. Stays fresh. Oof, what a stink. Time to go home. Ooh, those back tires are nothing but rim now. Just look at the state of this thing. Totally worth it. Totally worth it. It's a real shame about the bros though. Yeah, man, just an absolute mess. But totally worth it because it was a good nightcap to what was quite an upsetting evening. So I had a ton of extra pukey footage that I got, but the camera when I crashed just literally ripped right out of the socket. I also lost 2 of those little rubber mounts somewhere in my journey. I think it's gonna be easy to fix, but man, these things just cannot handle any serious impact. Like I said though, I lost all that footage because the impact like ripped all the cables out and it just corrupted the data. Now let's talk about this for a second because I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of haters and comments below. Sure, maybe if I wasn't such a bad driver, I wouldn't have crashed and these things wouldn't have popped off. But I'll tell you something right now, the visual acuity from this thing isn't the best. At night, it's even worse. Now, I chose to keep the cockpit closed, and there was a lot of glare. It made it really hard to see. But you can't feel the inertia. You can't get the spatial relations. You don't really understand the speed when you're using this thing. And that's part and parcel some of the problems you have with FPV. Now, if you were to mount this on something in the air where you're not gonna hit anything, then yeah, it'll probably do you just fine. Or if you're super careful and you mount it to a crawler and you're going 5 miles an hour, you're probably gonna do fine as well. This was not the setup for it. This was completely not the setup, but I wanted to try it, and I don't think anybody else has. And hopefully this video is a valuable learning tool. Now, do I recommend this thing? No. I totally don't. If you're into drones, if you're into planes, yeah, it's totally cool. And I could get it. I could see why you'd want one. But in an RC car, like I don't see the value, man. The camera setup is worth more than the car. But in my opinion, this just really isn't designed for RC cars. Anyway, super long video and difficult to edit. It took me like 2 weeks to get this out the door. If you had a good time with me today, like and subscribe. I want to see you in the next one. I want to see your comments, and even comment in this video below. I want to hear your thoughts about FPV and RC cars. But I need to go and say goodbye to the bros.